y puedo salir ahora sí.
Sí, claro, pon tu cámara. Ok, vamos a iniciar.
Ya, gracias, profe.
Déjenme mandar esta
Profe,
cosita.
aquí estaba el teacher Richard.
No sé si está, puede ser que esté, así que pilas. Yeah, okay.
Sí, sí está.
So please
Hola.
take out your student book on page, let me share my screen, please. Page 81, like we were saying at the beginning before the class started, page 81. So in this, page 81, please. Okay, so in this last couple of days, weeks actually, we've been talking about the present perfect. The present perfect, it is a tense we use to talk about something that happened in the past and may be still relevant in the present. So, like we saw the example of the person washing the car. Remember that person that had the dirty car, now he washed the car, now the car has washed, okay? So that's the perfect example of the present perfect. So who can tell me what was the structure of the present perfect, please? Anyone who can tell me what was the structure? Remember we did an exercise about it. So what was the first thing that you need for the present perfect? The first thing
In negative question or in affirmative?
in an affirmative statement. So in a sentence,
Okay.
what was the first thing that you need?
Subject.
Subject. Right. Thank you, Victoria. So a subject. So what could be a subject? It could be a name or
Or
a pronoun.
pronoun.
Exactly. Name or pronoun. Right. So a name could be John, Peter, whatever. And a pronoun, it could be
He,
I,
she.
you, we, they, he, she, it. Yes.
He,
So
she, it.
after the subject, what comes after the subject? What is a verb? Has or
Has or
exactly.
have.
That is called the
Have.
auxiliary verb. Okay, have or has. So that depends on the person you are
Okay.
talking about. So if you're talking about I, you, we, they, that means the
Have. Have.
auxiliary verb is have. Exactly. So if you're talking about the third person, so is he, she, or it?
Has.
Has. All right. Then what's the next thing that you need from the present perfect? What is the next thing after the auxiliary verb?
A verb.
In what tense?
In
Remember, it was a type of past, but not the regular past. It is a
past participle.
past participle. Yes, thank you. Past participle, and then it comes the complement. Okay, so that's
Yes.
the very simple and easy way to use the present perfect. But now, if you go to your student book, please, you see that you can use the present perfect with these three words: just, yet, and already. So these three words are adverbs of time. So who can tell me what's just? Maybe in Spanish, who can tell me what does it mean? If you know. If you don't know, I can explain, but maybe you can tell me what is just. It has nothing to do with justice. That's one thing. Nothing to do. But what is
Solo.
well, that's one meaning. Yes. That's one meaning. Yes, that's good. But the thing is, in this context, just, let me give you an example. So here we have Eat Me opened on October 3. It has just opened. So if you take a look at the previous page, here, you see Eat Me opening October 3rd. And this is a calendar for October 4th and 11th. So it has just opened, something that happened recently, okay? Something that happened a few days ago or yesterday that is just. That means in Spanish, recién. Recién. Or apenas. Yes, yes. That's good. Yes, that's a synonym. Okay, so just is recién. Okay, so those are called adverbs of time. Okay, next one, yet. So I can tell you an example with yet. So So we can say you means the whole class. You haven't done the exercise yet. You see, yet, but yet goes at the end of the sentence, like right here. So what did I say? You haven't done, you see, I'm using the structure, haven't done the exercise yet at the end. So what I'm trying to say, who can tell me
Todavía.
exactly? Very good. Yes, todavía. That's the meaning of yet in Spanish. So take notes of that in your student book so you can like circle just and put recién, yet, todavía, and already. This is an example with already. Let me see right here. I have an example over here. No, that don't mind that. Okay, already. So here we have, you can see the examples, right? You can see my screen, right? Okay, so this person is saying, I'm full. I've already eaten 5 slices of pizza. So maybe that person is really hungry because he has already eaten 5 slices of pizza. So who can tell me what's the meaning of already? So let me give you an example with that phrase. So if I'm talking to that person that has eaten the pizza, I can tell him, um, would you like something else to eat? And he can say, no, thank you, I'm full. I've already eaten 5 slices of pizza. So if I'm asking if he wants more food and he says, no, thank you, who can tell me what's the meaning of already? Yeah, exactly. Yes. Good, good. Yes. Yeah. That's a simple way. Yeah. Okay. So please do the same thing that you did with just and yet, circle it and put the meaning in Spanish. So you have just, that is something that happened recently, yet and already. Yet todavía and already ya. Okay? So those are adverbs and expressions of time. All right? So we can use these little words to talk about the present perfect. But you have to be careful on where in the sentence you have to use them. So you see here in number 5, already goes between the auxiliary verb and the verb in past participle, all right? So you have the subject that it was it. You use has because we're talking about the third person, right? So it has, and then in the middle of has and open goes already, okay? It has already opened, okay? That is with already. The example with just is the same. So the key is to know that already and just both go between the auxiliary verb and the verb in past participle. Okay, so keep that in mind. Already and just go between auxiliary verb in past participle. The only one that goes at the end of the sentence is yet. Exactly. So it hasn't opened yet. So that is the thing that you have to keep in mind. All right. So you can say 2, 2, and 3 because it goes in the middle, and then at the end. Okay. So that's the key to use these expressions of time.
Teacher,
Okay. Yes. Who has a question?
me. Only yet is in the end of the sentence.
Exactly. Yes. Yet is the only expression that goes last at the end of the sentence. After the pronoun, after the auxiliary verb, after the verb in past participle, then you use yet. So that's the only thing that you have to keep in mind when using the present perfect with this type of expressions, right? So that's something new that I'm introducing to you is a very new topic to you, but do not be afraid. We will practice before having a little test or a little exercise, graded exercise, but we're going to practice, we're going to see examples because I want you to master this topic because we will see it over and over again because it's something very important, okay? So let me see what we have here in our presentation. So these are the expressions that we're using, time expressions. We already see ever. Remember, what was the use of ever? Do we use ever in sentences or in statements?
In
Sentences?
Are you sure? Sentences?
statements.
Statements
No, statements are sentences. But do we use ever?
in
Remember
questions.
questions? Yes. Remember this question, have you
Ah,
ever?
yes, yes.
Remember that? Right.
Yes.
So that means alguna vez tú, right? Never. We use never in what? In is it is the opposite of questions. So we use never in what?
In
Statements.
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 In statements. Yes. So we already see the use of just, already, and yet. Okay. So remember, these two, I'm going to make them bigger so you will remember just
Uh,
and already. They
teacher,
go
ever and never is in present perfect. It's okay.
yes, both, both, yes. But the difference between ever and never is the use of them. So we use ever for questions. Remember that question that we were practicing at the beginning of present perfect? Have you ever? Like I can tell, no, I can say, have you ever been to Asia, for instance? You can answer to that, no, I have never been to Asia. Okay, so that's the way. So ever goes for questions, and never goes for answers, sentences, statements. Okay, that's the key. You have to keep that in mind because that's very important. Okay, but these three, just, already, and yet, just and already, they go between the auxiliary verb and the verb in past participle. Okay, and yet is the only one that goes at the last, the very bottom of the sentence. All right, before finishing the sentence, that's when you put yet. Okay, is it clear? Do you have any questions so far? No questions. So in that
Not
case, I will show you where is the exercise for today. This is an exercise that combines writing and grammar. Okay, let me show you the exercise. So you will have, this is the exercise. You will have to go to writing, okay? And then this is the name of the exercise. Drag and drop the correct word into the correct space. So what you will have is a sentence with a space or a gap, and you will have the options under that sentence. So with your mouse, you will have to drag into the space and drop the correct word. So you will have to use the auxiliary verb and the verb in past participle to complete the sentence correctly. So that's the way you will have to do this exercise. This exercise will be open today from 12:20 in the afternoon until Thursday, April 23 at 1 p.m. Okay, so you will have plenty of time. So please do not rush. If you need more explanation about the exercise, this video will be uploaded to YouTube. So you can watch the video as many times as you like to listen to the explanation about the structure of the present perfect, the uses, and also the explanation how to complete the exercise, okay? So you will have no questions or doubts
Teacher,
about the exercise Yes, please. Go ahead. Gloria, or who was talking right now?
Teacher.
Yes.
Me.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. The questionnaire is about present perfect, yet, just, already, all of this.
The questionnaire that we are going to complete is about present perfect, but only using
This.
the auxiliary verb and the main verb. So what you have to do, you will have the sentence. Okay. So imagine this. You have this sentence. Let me do one thing. So you will have sorry, one space, two spaces. I have two slices of pizza. So that's the thing that you have to complete. So you will have the options right here, like I have, I had, eat, eaten, or ate. So these will be little boxes that you have to drag and drop into the spaces. So what will be the first thing that you need here?
Have.
Okay,
Have.
so have the exercise will let you do this, drag and drop. I have. So what's the verb that comes after have? What's
Eight.
the next one?
Eaten.
Eating.
Eaten,
Eating.
because you need the present perfect. Sorry,
Present
the
perfect.
past participle.
Past participle.
So you do that, and then you complete the sentence. I have eaten two slices of pizza. So you will have sentences like that. So you will need those two verbs, the auxiliary verb and the main verb. So that's the thing that you have to do. We will not practice just yet and already yet because we are just introducing this new topic. So you will have to keep practicing the structure of the present perfect because you will have to use it later on during these lessons, all right? So not yet. We will not use just yet and already yet. So we will keep practicing have and has and the past participle. That's what we are going to see in this exercise. So this grammar and writing exercise will be open from today until Thursday, right? So the grade that you have here will count as the grade in grammar 2. So you will have one grade that counts for 2, okay? Any questions before I stop the recording?
Teacher, in the questionnaire, we have to choose two answers.
Yes, you have to, there are two spaces and you have to complete both spaces. One space with the auxiliary verb that is have or has, and the second space with the verb in past participle. So you have to, there are boxes. Those boxes, you use the mouse to drag and drop. Arrastrar y soltar. Okay, drag and drop. That's what this means. Okay, so you remember that I did that like right here, like this and like this. But, well, it's word, so it doesn't work the same way. So you will have several options like right here: have, had, has, eaten, eat, ate. So what you have to do is drag into the correct space. So it goes, well, this doesn't work, but you have to complete like this, okay? And you don't have to write. You already have the words written down in the exercise. You just have to use your
Yeah.
mouth to drag and drop them in the correct place.
We have
That's
to move
that's it.
the words.
Exactly. You
Okay,
have to move the words into the correct space for the sentence to make sense. Okay? Very easy.
okay, thank
You have 10 sentences, but please do not rush. It's not a race. You have to read carefully. You have to consider the subject. You have to consider the verb because you see, this is the verb in past participle. Some of you say ate. Ate is just the past simple of the verb. So it doesn't work in this context. So please read carefully.
Teacher,
Yes, please. Go ahead.
How many attempts we have in the questionnaire?
One,
One.
just one. But if I see that the questionnaire is closed on Thursday and I see someone needs a little help, I will send that person another attempt with a password, like I've been doing the last couple of exercises. Okay, so don't worry, you will have
Teacher, we can
plenty of
back
time.
to the question.
No, I think all the questions appear in just one page. I think I don't remember if I did that. Let me see. Let me see.
We can see
Mm,
that.
yes, we can see this. Yes, there's each question goes in one new page. So no, you cannot go back. Oh no, I think you can go back. But well, the thing is that you have to do it slowly and reading carefully, so you will not have to repeat. That's my objective. I hope that you all get 10 out of 10s in this exercise. It's easy.
Teacher,
Like,
Teacher,
yes, go
okay.
ahead. Let me
teacher,
stop the reading.
after
No, yes, go ahead.
after the questionnaire, we have another class with you with writing, or is the end after the questionnaire?
Oh, no, this, this will be, this is a mixed class. It's combined between grammar and writing. So the grammar is like the theory, the thing that I'm teaching you, like right now, the rule that you have to follow in order to complete the past participle and to form the present perfect. That's
Okay.
the grammar lesson. And the writing part is the exercise. It's a mixture of writing and grammar
Is
because
yeah.
you're following the rule that I taught, and you're writing because you're using your mouse to complete the sentences. So it's a mixture of both.
Oh, okay.
Teacher, I have one question. When answer the questionnaire, have time to answer o es ilimitado el tiempo para responder?
In English, but that's okay. I think you have a time limit of 35 minutes. Let me see. 1 second. I think you have time limit. Mm, just 1 second. Yes, you have 35 minutes. That's the time limit. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Keep that in mind. Make sure you are completing the exercise, that you have a good internet connection. So I don't know if all of your family members already finished using the computer or already finished using the internet. Tell them to disconnect the Wi-Fi from all their devices, their cell phones and the laptops.
Teacher.
Or
Okay. But if my dad and my mom are working all the day and I have to
mm,
do this, my mom is connected with the internet of the house, but my dad
mhm.
is in a
Mobile data. You told me
I
that he
have
was using his mobile coverage.
no.
No, his
Is
cell phone.
I have no. I don't have cell phone.
No, no, your dad.
Yes, my dad, but my dad use her laptop and her cell phone.
Mm, I don't know. You can tell them, please give me 15 minutes so I can complete the exercise without any interruptions of the connection. I don't know. The thing is that sometimes the internet is so slow that you choose the answer and then it doesn't show that you complete the exercise. So I don't know if you have that problem. Tell your family that you're going to complete the exercise. That's why I give you 2 days, so you can find the time whenever the internet is not that slow, the connection is perfect. I don't know.
Okay,
Teacher, one question.
but I'm seeing that in my computer, but I have a lot of internet in the radio. I have a
All
lot of
right.
internet.
Okay, that's good. Okay, good for
Teacher,
you. All
one
right.
question.
Yes,
How many questions are in the questionnaire?
I think we have 10. 10. I believe that. Yes. Mhm. So
Teacher, the
take
question is
it easy.
easy.
Yes, go ahead.
Teacher,
The-
the
Yep.
question, teacher, the question is easy or difficult?
No, it's easy. It's easy. What you have to do is just complete with the auxiliary verb and the verb in past participle. It's not complicated. I'm not using fancy vocabulary that you don't know yet. So it's something very common for you. You already seen this vocabulary, so you will not have any surprises. So it's for me it's easy. I don't know. For you, I believe that it's easy too. But do it slowly, read carefully, and if you want to, you can watch this video again to remember the structure and then complete the exercise. So you will have no questions and no doubts. Yes, go ahead.
Teacher, we has to make how I can say we has to do we have to write most of the parts in a notebook or in whatever notebook.
Profe, ya
Like,
está habilitada la prueba. No quiero estar.
let me finish the recording, okay? Let me finish the recording. If we don't have any other questions about the class, do we have any questions about the class or are we good?
No.
No.
Let me finish the recording just 1 second.
No, teacher.